Hi, welcome to another edition of the Weekly Wrap. I'm Cal Anderson, local Lynn activist, and this is where we discuss news nuggets mined from the previous week's newspapers. Now, I usually have a guest, but today we're leading into Labor Day weekend, and my guest had another commitment, so at the last minute I says, yeah, just come on next week. So next Friday, we're going to be having as a guest Joshua Judkins. He is the astronomer up at the Lynn High Rock Tower Observatory. So he'll be talking about the program we have every other Wednesday night for viewing and a little bit about the heavens. So make sure you catch that one. In the meantime, I'm just going to wing some things today. You notice I'm wearing white because, of course, the old-fashioned statement is, this is the last hurrah. You don't wear white after Labor Day. Although you can stretch it, and I have been known to, but if you remember the movie Serial Mom, it's at your own peril. But remember what happened at the end, because the juror wore white shoes after Labor Day. You have to see it. Now, last week we had Antonio Gutierrez on talking about working with street youth in Lynn at risk and others who maybe have been disenfranchised over the years, maybe abused or neglected by family units and looking for another family unit. So it all reminds me, and we flash back to, and here it is, AARP this month highlighted the summer of 1967. This is 50 years ago. It's called the Summer of Love. And you remember the song, "Are you going to San Francisco? Be sure to wear some flowers in your hair." That was written by John Phillips, Mackenzie Phillips' father, and was famous for being one of the mamas and the papas. But the whole point was youth from all over the country flocked to San Francisco at the neighborhood known as the Haight-Ashbury district, because that's where those two streets crossed. And there, at that time, they sort of found another familial unit. People took care of each other, fed each other, helped each other with social concerns, etc. And out of that community came what the hippie movement. Now, there's two hippie factions, the ones that dropped out, but then there's the ones that turned into activists. And this is the ones that, we became opponents of the Vietnam War, loving each other, civil rights, the ecology movement, etc. So this is good reading, even if you're not blessed to be over 50 or whatever, and you can still read this. Hey, call me. I'll let you read my copy. So a couple of other little announcements coming up. We've got Irma coming up the coast. Now, Irma is the latest hurricane forming, and it's going to be approaching the coastal United States. We've got a good week. The spaghetti models are showing it coming up, some offshore, some maybe close to New England. The important thing to remember is we're in that season, and we go from hurricane season right into winter and northeaster season. So there's no reason to not be prepared for a good 9 to 12 months out of the year. Stock up on battery-operated lighting, charge everything, have a week or two of food and water, listen to the announcements and warnings, and just keep an eye on things. Modern forecasts being what they are, we should never be caught short in this. But one of the good things is, when we do get a hurricane coming up in the Atlantic, surf's up. Yes, I've been known to do a little surf kayaking myself. We're blessed here in Lynn to live with the ocean, so once those waves come in, make sure you do it with a person with you. Even if they're not, make sure for safety they know where you are. Have your whistle with you. I always have some water with me in my wetsuit, a big piece of foil to just in case you get washed out to sea. You have a big reflective element to show to the helicopters when they come searching for you. I might seem dire, but hey, never rule anything out. So another couple of things coming up. The slaves' cause. Now, this is something that's being promoted at the Lynn Museum on September 19th. So be watching for this and be aware. And it's probably a good time to consider joining the Lynn Museum for all the right reasons. And it's become a prime social destination in Lynn as well. So a couple of other little things. Let's talk about some of the items mined from the galleys. We call them galleys. So last Friday, there was an article about a bunch of artists, including Yeti Frankel. She's famous for her child-oriented visions of Lynn, and this is one of her looks. You get to know Yeti's work, you can tell a mile away that it's hers. But they're doing a thing at Lynn Arts asking its members a simple question: what is it about Lynn that inspires you? And they're going to be expressing it through art. So make sure you keep an eye on that. Oh, speaking of art, Hollywood East, Lynn. We've got 2 more motion pictures being filmed. One is being filmed right now at the Boys and Girls Club, but they've been scouting for a Denzel Washington major motion picture. So you'll be hearing more about that. Isn't this exciting? Nothing on Saturday's paper. August 28th, what better time for Swampscott to think about winter? All of us should be. Get your shovels ready, get your car in order for fall, plan all your winter activities. Remember, we all have to take care of the snow in front of our home. The Lynn Community Health Center has a new CO coming in. It's Kayami Mahania, replacing Laurie Berry, so we wish him good luck. I think he's been on staff for quite a while, but he really was the pick over 139 other applicants, so he was good talent and they promoted from within, apparently. Wait, we got a couple minutes left? So, North Shore steps up for Harvey's victims. We got Irma coming, but Harvey really hit Houston. You were in the midst of the media blitz. Lynn and the greater Boston area, as well as the nation, have been absolutely wonderful in the generosity, sending money and resources to Houston. And I just want to mention this. Also, there's a thing coming up at the Walnut Street Cafe. They're doing a fundraiser there. So it's going to include Kirsten Manville and a few others. But, I should have the date. I think it's coming up this weekend. So this might air after that. One other little thing we've got going on is Michael Berry, who's been the city solicitor, the head lawyer for our city for many years. He's retiring. So we wish him many, many years of retirement and hope he stays active in our city in a pro bono way. What else we got? That's about it. I think we got 1 minute left, so I'm just going to remind people that take it easy. Summer's over. School's out. Watch for the kids going to school. And even though summer is about over, it's still time to put on your anti-mosquito repellents. They come in various forms, wipes, little coils, and until the sun gets further down in the sky, make sure you use your sunblock. People get a little complacent this time of year, so make sure you do. So, once again, we're welcoming a new fall season coming in at LCTV, and until next time, in every way and every day, keep loving Lynn.